chaos, crime, carnage. It's catastrophic. These aren't scenes from a crumbling, far-off third world nation. This is the reality in communities across America, all caused by the Kamala Biden border invasion. I'm Eddie Scarry, author, truth teller, and most of all, an American sick of the far-left depravity driving this country into a ditch. Since Kamala Biden took office, over 10 million illegal aliens have strolled across the southern border, largely unabated, and entirely enabled by so-called progressive immigration policies. Policies that overwhelm communities, overcrowd schools, and put Americans last. Millions and millions of illegal foreign nationals have crossed into America under the Kamala Biden administration. And those are just the ones we know about. Millions more don't have a paper trail, because according to Border Patrol, untold numbers scurry past authorities, with their whereabouts being totally unknown. Nearly 100 illegals on the terror watch list were welcomed with open arms by the Kamala Biden open border, coming from countries like Yemen, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, and many more. If diversity is our strength, what exactly does weakness look like? While we're told they're all just here for, quote, a better life, that better life comes at the expense of you and your family. And if you end up with an eviction notice on your front door, don't be surprised if your landlord knows nothing about it. It may have come from a Venezuelan gang ready to conquer your building. Rather than take steps to simply secure the border, Kamala is interested in mass amnesty, protecting so-called dreamers, and subsidizing illegal alien crime sprees. Free housing, health care, and everything in between. Ask yourself why. Why would an entire political party be on board with flooding the country with foreign nationals? Known murderers, rapists, and suspected terrorists. On one hand, it's sheer delusion. Biden's own DHS Secretary Ali Mayorkas refuses to admit there's a crisis. On the other, it's far more sinister. With an influx of millions more illegal aliens, a mass amnesty package, and the promise of American citizenship would mean more and more Democrat voters eager to support the party who enabled this lawlessness. Furthermore, far-left nonprofit NGOs are using your tax dollars to resettle these Democrat voters in waiting. The more there is, the more power, purpose, and fundraising dollars that come with it. Like any bloated bureaucracy, it exists to enrich itself. There's an entire ecosystem of so-called humanitarian aid groups, and whose political capital and bottom line is directly tied to their role in sending foreign nationals to cities and towns all across the U.S. A recent report found that 3 of the most prominent nonprofits doing the dirty border business have seen their combined revenue grow from roughly $600 million in 2019 to an astonishing $2 billion by 2022. And the CEOs of all 3 nonprofits reap more than $500,000 each in annual pay. Democrats claim to care about the border, but the reality tells a far different story. The so-called Kamala Biden border security plan released over the summer actually established a weekly minimum number of illegal aliens allowed into the country. The plan also expanded eligibility for so-called asylum seekers and granted them entry into the interior of the country until the claims are heard, which is years and years away. Show up at the border, say you're here for a brat summer, and Kamala Biden will have the welcome wagon there waiting for you, Social Security cards sold separately. And the biggest fans of this border disorder? Drug cartels, human traffickers, human smugglers, and a whole host of bad actors, eager to profit off the endless stream of migrants paddling across the Rio Grande. In the good old days, you had to put forth a little effort to sneak in. Now, just show up, pay the toll, pass go, and receive your get into the U.S. free card.
That's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park, grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them like...
There's nothing compassionate about illegal immigration. There's nothing defensible about destroying our nation's borders. And under the current regime, there's nothing stopping them from making this so much worse. It's time to stop the lawlessness, end the invasion, and save America. I'm Eddie Scarry, and I'm outspoken.